The second leg of the Transquadra is a transatlantic sailing race from Madeira to Martinique. That's 2,700 miles. 153 sailors, minimum 40 years old, 89 sailboats, 66 are sailed dual-handed and 22 are sailed solo. To bring this adventure to a good end, sailors need race preparation. They follow a physical and psychological training. But also they need to learn to survive in an hostile environment, isolated from outside help. This also includes an advanced medical training. 1 week before departure, Frederick starts packing for 2 to 3 weeks at sea. Not easy, because he is limited to 40 kilograms of material including sailing gear. Finally Frederick is leaving Brussels and flies to Funchal on the Isle of Madeira. The boats are stored under airport of Madeira, where sailors are preparing the boats for the race. This is Philippe, and together they will cross the ocean. The race office is located at Quinta do Lorda. This is the boat. A Pogo 30 with race number 258. They need to take in food and water for 2 to 3 weeks at sea. Before the start there is always something to do, a last-minute sail repair, greasing winches, refueling. Finally it's the pre-departure briefing. All 89 sailboats started. From day 1 they are sailing in strong conditions. At full speed under spinnaker. Their speedo sits continuously around 15 to 18 knots. Many boats around them are losing control and are bailing out. Their hydro generator runs at full speed and they start with their 3-hour shifts, 3 hours of sleep. Then they eat, navigate, and sail. Then back to sleep. Non-stop, day and night, for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Sleep, eat, navigate, and sail. At night you mostly sail using the instruments. During the race they have to take care about themselves. A small injury can quickly become a major issue. The only medical help they can get is via satellite phone. They are out of reach of helicopters or any other kind of assistance for 3 weeks. From day 1, squalls are their daily concern. You better have a plan in place when it hits. Especially at night, they cannot see the squalls, and wind can increase from a nice 10-15 knots, to a strong 30-35 knots in a minute. Sailing is a mechanical sport, they are continuously checking and fixing problems. Every day has his dose of problems that needs their attention. February 15th in the late afternoon, every sailor's worst nightmare became reality. Under spinnaker under a smooth 10-15 knots of wind, suddenly they hear a ticking noise.
Philippe, viens de par l'été!
The major piece of equipment that keeps a mast upright, just failed. The mast stays upright by the force of the wind into the spinnaker. They work hard to fix the issue. Finally the mast is secured. Unfortunately it happened on one of the most remote places on Earth. In the middle of the ocean. 1,000 miles from Madeira, which is out of reach due to the prevailing trade wind direction. 800 miles from Cape Verde, but there is 50 knots of wind there. The fix will not resist. The fix has more flex and the hardware is not made to hold the same forces as a real forestay. The only safe option left is to continue sailing west, the remaining 1,700 miles. It's in cruising mode that they continue their transatlantic crossing. On February the 22nd a high wind zone is passing, with strong squalls, and winds around 40 knots. Ocean crossing has beautiful moments, but also comes with squalls, sargassum, and all sizes of fly fish landing on the deck. Without forestay, for safety, they decided to slow down, but they do not have enough food supplies to go too slow, so they decided to use the spinnaker during the day, and take it down before dark. And darkness comes quickly when you are close to the equator. In less than 30 minutes you go from daylight to pitch dark. They are continuously adapting their goals. At first they wanted to finish in a good position. After the forestay broke they changed it, and wanted to get safely to the other side. But while the days moved on, they calculated that they still could finish the race before line closure. That was their new motivation, and so they succeeded. On March the 1st they crossed the line at 12:37 UTC. It took them 18 days, 21 hours, to cross the ocean.
46
Participating to a transatlantic sailing race is not only about sailing, it's also about learning about yourself, how to go beyond your limits. In the end, the greatest victory is the realization of a dream.